As you may notice, drawing conduit isn't so bad. But suppose you have a type of conduit that isn't predefined within the model. You can't just fake it. I'd like to take a look at where all the conduit types are hanging out behind the scenes. The electrical template certainly has a good amount of conduit types already defined, but let's dig a little deeper and find out how to customize our fittings to do what we want. Let's get started. Under Electrical, let's scroll down to Power, Floor Plans, Level 1. Let's zoom in on our electrical room. What I want to do is create a callout around this room. This will allow us to create a realistic view. On the View tab, click the Callout button. Let's pick a big window right around here. What this does is this creates a new floor plan. In the project browser, let's right-click on Callout of Level 1, and let's rename it. Let's rename the view to be Enlarged Electrical Room. And click OK. Let's double-click right on this bubble right here. We have a little work to do. Let's first set the scale to be 3/4 of an inch. You may notice that you won't be able to. What we need to do is in the Properties, let's scroll down till we find View Template. Click on Electrical Plan, and let's set it to None. Let's click OK. Now you'll have access to this scale. Let's set our scale to 3/4 of an inch equals a foot. Let's set our detail level to Fine. Let's set our visual style to Realistic. Let's zoom in on our panel and select it. This time right-click on this icon, and let's draw a conduit from Face. I think the middle of the panel is acceptable, so I'm simply just going to click on Finish Connection. Now I'm going to draw a conduit right down to here, and then I'm going to hit Escape a couple times. Let's bring a fitting in. On the Insert tab, let's click on Load Family. Let's go to Conduit. Let's go to Fittings. Let's go to EMT. Let's go down to Conduit Elbow, Set Screw, Die-Cast Zinc, and click Open. Go ahead and select your conduit. Now let's click on Edit Type. Let's duplicate. In the parentheses, let's type in Set Screw Zinc, upper lowercase. Let's get rid of the number 2. Let's hit OK. For the bend, let's click the drop down here. Let's grab our die-cast zinc. Hit OK. Go ahead and select your conduit. Right-click on the very end of it, and let's draw a conduit. I want to come down this wall to about here. Notice that it's going to put a different fitting type altogether. What I'd like to do now is I want to run this up a little bit. So I'm going to zoom out. For my offset, I'm going to go with 10 feet. Now I'm going to keep going in this direction. I'm going to hit Escape a couple times. Notice that my conduit is bending up. Let's pan down. Let's verify what this looks like. On the Quick Access toolbar, you have a little house for your 3D view. Click the drop down right here, and let's go to Camera. I'm going to pick a point right about here in the corner of the room, and I'm going to pan out, and I'm going to shoot my camera all the way past till I get to about here. I'm going to set my detail level to Fine. I'm going to set my visual style to Realistic. What I'm going to do now is, in my Properties, I'm going to scroll down until I find my discipline. Instead of Electrical, I'm going to put it on Coordination and hit Apply. This will give us our ceiling and our wall panel and the conduit running up from it. Now that I think about it, this is a great time to think about how nice it would be to have all this stuff predefined within a template of your own. Think about how you can change this conduit type and how having it in your templates would be great.